What is up, TTS family? It's your girl, Janelle Estaa, here on Toronto Talk Sports and more. We have another segment for you guys and more segment with my lovely guest, Azalea Hart. Hey, Azalea.
Hi.
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Excited
I'm
to
good.
with you today.
Oh, nice. Welcome to the show. So if you guys aren't familiar with Miss Hart, she's a digital creator host here in the great city of Toronto. You can find a lot of her content on YouTube, where her latest videos are about Disney, which I found really interesting, celebrities, movies, music, and much more, with 200,000 subscribers and 4 million views. Congratulations, girl.
Hey, 40 million views.
Oh, 40. Did I say 40 million?
You said 4.
Who's counting?
Okay.
40 mil, 440. So 40 million views. Okay. You can also find her hosting for Blog TO and doing a lot of big things in the city. So how is that going for you right now?
It's not bad. I actually had a shoot today.
Oh,
so
okay.
Not like I've completely stopped working, which has been great. We're just, taking a different route to the way that we shoot. So we're putting a lot of social distancing measures into the way that we are doing these shoots. We're just, trying to work with what the new norm is.
Oh, yes. So, you know what, let's actually start about learning more about you, say your background, and you are Canadian Trinidadian.
Yes.
So can you let us know more about your childhood and upbringing?
Okay. So I am Trinidadian, as you said. Mm-hmm. My mom is Indian Trinidadian. My dad is Black Trini. So they call us, my mix is called Dogla, which is a lot of West Indians would know about. So that's the name of the mix. Okay. And I grew up, with the idea that I was going to follow in my mom's footprint. So I wanted to go to school to become a teacher, which I did start to do. And then, it wasn't really something that I was all that interested in. I was taking psychology and criminology, and then decided that it was a little bit too heavy for me. Not the workload, but more so mentally. It was just so many, because I kind of consider myself an empath. So I just feel like everybody else's problems I really take on, and it just weighs on me. So I just couldn't follow through with that career choice. So I decided to take some time off. I decided to travel a lot, and then I went back to school for broadcast journalism.
Oh, nice. And we were also talking about earlier, you have five siblings, including you?
Yes. So my dad has 5 kids. I'm closer with my brother, who we're from the same mom, and we live together. And the rest of my 2 older siblings live in the States, in Hawaii, and then my other sister lives in Trinidad still.
Oh, okay. Are you close with them?
I'm closer with the one that lives in Trinidad and my brother who lives here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other ones, they're just much older than me. I haven't seen them very much throughout my life, so.
Oh yeah, that's
so we're
true.
just not that close.
And being the youngest too. So how is that growing up?
Exactly. So I mean, growing up, it just felt like it was me and my brother. So and I would just torture him, because my birthday is actually 4 days before his. My first birthday was 4 days before his. So for 4 days out of the year, we're the same age. So I would just kind of torture him for those 4 days. Up to now, me at 31. I will still torture him and say, "Oh, how old are you?" "Oh, me too. We're twins." So,
like, oh no.
Yeah. So I mean, but growing up, it was never like I'm the little sister and he's the big brother. It was just.
Yeah. It just kind of more or less the same. We're like twins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm also curious of how you actually jumped into YouTube and hosting. Was it something that you always wanted to do, or after that whole criminology course and whatnot, were you like, God, I need to do something like quite the opposite?
It was always something that I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to go about it. So I knew I wanted to be on radio. I knew I wanted to, but I was just like, how do people just get into this stuff? I had no idea that there was a course or a program that you actually go to. And then when I found out that there was a program, I enrolled myself in it. And from there, in my last year of broadcast journalism, I was interning at Much Music. So I worked for the specialty channels as a production assistant. So that was M3 at the time. There's no more M3 and Much. And I thought I was going to get hired on, to be honest, and because they loved me so much. But then they had a whole Bell Media had a layoff, like laid off everybody.
Just bad timing. That's too bad.
It was terrible timing.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that, and then I kept trying to get other positions elsewhere, and I ended up getting a position on another YouTube channel just as their host. But it wasn't really content that was interesting to me. It was kind of like out of the norm news, like woman gives birth to a snake, like random stuff. And so I always used to push the guy who owns the channel, like, oh, let's do some pop culture stuff. Let's do some stuff on entertainment, some fluff news. And he was like, it's not really the channel style. So then from there, I started my current channel right now, which was supposed to only be entertainment news. But then I did a story on somebody that appeals to a younger audience. So once that video blew up, I knew that was my, that's
kind of like your path, where to go. Your direction.
Exactly. So I just stayed making videos for like that preteen audience.
Would you expect like what the amount of subscribers and the amount of views you've been getting on YouTube?
No, because when I started it, I really just kind of thought to myself, this would be a good way to have a reel to show that this is my experience level. And when the video started to blow up, I mean, it blew up within like a few months. Like I was at 1,000, then I was at 10,000, and then it just kept going. And so and then I didn't even notice, like, you know, after 100,000, it's like you don't even notice. And now I'm already at over 200,000 subscribers. And I mean, it's a cool number to hear, but you don't really like know. Like I feel like
it doesn't faze you as much.
500,000. But yeah, it's cool.
Is that you? Or are you like next target 500,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. You're like 200's all right, but so since you're always like out there with hosting and being on YouTube, being on the streets for Blog TO, how did you feel the quarantine has affected you, like say in your line of work or with pushing out content?
It was harder in the sense that I wasn't going out as much, and I was always at home. Before it was like I would have shoots like 3-4 times a week, and that's always great because especially in the summertime for Toronto, we have so many events that are happening, and we have so many different, you know, restaurants that are doing special things. They're opening up their patios, or they're doing, you know, brand parties and things like that. And, you know, all of that has been canceled. So no food festivals, no food trucks, no, you know, all these things that I look forward to doing Toronto in the summer, I'm not going to get to do this summer. So it's a little bit heartbreaking. But I mean, I'm grateful that I'm even still able to do the amount of shoots that I have been doing, because I've still been doing about 2 a week. And like
it's better than nothing, you know.
Exactly. And we're just doing it, you know. I wear a mask when I go into the restaurants. I'm wearing, you know, my gloves. It depends where I'm going, kind of thing.
And Toronto has the best food.
The best, yeah.
The best food.
Like, such a like variety. I don't know anywhere else. Like maybe New York might be able to.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
But we have an amazing variety of food here.
So what or who actually inspired you to like become that digital creator, YouTube face, that creative mind? Like what made you and to go into journalism?
Well, I guess it's like when I would always watch, you know, entertainment, I've always been interested in pop culture news, and I used to do a blog back in the day where the only person that read it, I'm pretty sure, is my best friend, and it was always like entertainment.
Shout outs to best friend.
Always supporting me, and
awesome.
I would just like write these whole blog posts, and it's like I always just was interested in it, and I was just like, I had no idea that you can make a career out of it.
Yes.
So, you know, to think that something I love, I can make a career out of, you know, it just made sense. And then I would, every time I watch TV and I watch entertainment reporters or, you know, news anchors and things like that, I'm just like, this is something I want to do. How do I do it?
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. At least you actually stepped up and actually made the move and started it.
And I got to create my own lane kind of
I think that's the hardest part, is actually physically starting it. It's like you have so many ideas. You're like, okay, let me like expedite it and actually do something about it.
Right.
That's the biggest hurdle. So speaking of hurdles, so what's the ups and downs that you've experienced in your career so far?
I would probably say with my YouTube career is that YouTube's algorithm is forever changing. So it's
I didn't know YouTube had algorithms.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
YouTube likes when people put out consistent content, which is, kind of like a silver lining during this pandemic, is that I've had the chance to create more for my YouTube channel. So I've been putting out consistent videos. But the thing is that prior to that, I was focusing on so much more like event hosting and just doing other things within the Toronto community, because this is where I want to build. So I kind of stopped posting so much on my YouTube channel. And when that happened, I guess, I don't know, I was punished by the algorithm. So although I do have, over 200,000 subscribers, only a very small percentage of those subscribers are being notified when I'm uploading a video. So my views are very low, but my subscriber count is very high. So they're just not getting notified that I have a new video out.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, maneuver around the algorithm and come back on top. So that's been a hurdle.
I know, that's odd. Then what's the point of having that notification button if they're not even getting notified?
Now I put up videos and telling people, like, turn on your notification bell so that because some people just subscribe and they don't hit the bell, right?
Oh, I see. Okay. So how about, is there any tips for anyone in our audience out here trying to build like a media empire?
I would say, just do what you love and be authentic with it. I feel like when people force things too much, it just kind of comes off that way. So once you're actually doing something that you love and you're creating content that you're interested in, I started doing these cocktail videos because I really enjoy making cocktails and I really enjoy drinking cocktails. So when I started putting out those videos, people really responded to them, and people would DM me and they'd ask me about certain alcohols that they should use. I had a couple people who sell alcohol reach out to me and say, listen, we want to send you these bottles. Do you want to make something with this? I was like, yeah, I do. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, just do something that you love and people will see that you love it, and then they'll reach out to you, whether they want to pay you to make content for them or if they want to actually just send you products to try. I just think being authentic and having a passion for what you're doing is
and being you. Like, people love personality, and there's so many different personalities out there that people just get intrigued and fascinated
You don't want to see
interested.
Somebody else doing what somebody else is doing. They want to see something that's authentic to you. So.
Yeah, very true. So where do we see Azalea Hart, say, in the next 5 years?
The main goal is to be an entertainment reporter. So that's always been my goal. So I'm hoping, to get, whether it's going to be online, or maybe it's my own personal YouTube channel that is getting more, what's the word? I can't think.
Exposure.
And more exposure, right?
Yeah.
And I'm being invited to different events because of my YouTube channel to interview certain celebrities or things like that. Or maybe it's, with ET Canada or eTalk or, a radio station that's looking for entertainment reporter, things like that. So that's always been the goal, and that's where I see myself in the next 5 years.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll support you. We see it too, but we see your journey. So that's awesome. So before we let you go, I don't know if you watched any of our previous episodes, but for our and more segments, we always have a game at the end of each episode. So I am going to introduce our Toronto Talk Sports and More game, which is TTS Famous Baby Photos. So basically, I'll share my screen, and I'll show you 6 baby photos, and you have to guess who the famous celebrity is. But I'll give you clues. You just have to let me know, like, Janelle, give me a clue. I'll give you a clue, and you only have max 3 clues.
Okay.
Okay. So let me share my screen right now. Let me know if you can see this on your end. Can you see this?
Bruno Mars.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even start the game yet.
It looks like him. Am I right?
You are correct. That's hilarious. Okay, good job, Azalea. I'm like, did my screen share? She's like, Bruno Mars. I'm like, I guess it did. Yeah, perfect. Okay, 1 for 1. Okay, next. You can see this, right?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, next one. Just let me know whenever you need a clue.
Kendall Jenner.
What?
I'm good. I hope there's a prize.
That's so good. I'll talk to my producer. Awesome. Good job. Okay, next.
Oh. Okay, I need a hint.
This is famous person number 3. She's an actress.
I need another hint.
Legally Blonde.
Reese Witherspoon?
Yes. Good
Really?
job.
That doesn't even look like her. Like her eyes are brown there. Like, are they? Or just
maybe it's probably the
bad
composition or
contrast?
something. Yeah. Awesome. But still, good job. You only need 2 clues. Okay. Baby photo number 4.
I feel like I saw this photo before. Cardi B?
No.
No. Beyonce.
Yeah. No clues. Wow, good job.
Her eyebrows.
Is it?
I think that left eyebrows looking kind of
You're
Beyonce.
so good. I would have never guessed. I was looking through this. I was like, oh, I would never guess this. Okay, so baby photo number 5.
John Legend.
No.
Okay, hint.
He's a singer.
Another hint.
He was signed with LaFace Records.
Babyface.
No.
Okay.
I think LaFace was created by me.
Usher.
Ooh, I was actually gonna give you the last clue, but
Is it Usher?
yes, you are right. Okay, our last baby photo. I know this one might be kind of tough.
This one's hard.
Mhm.
Okay, a hint.
He is an actor,
Okay, another hint.
a former WWE star.
Batista.
No, WWE. Oh, wrestling.
Isn't that
Oh yeah, well there is a wrestler. Yeah, no, it's not him.
The Rock.
Yeah! That was awesome. You didn't even need all your clues.
Rock looks great in this picture.
Right?
Side by side.
Okay, let me stop sharing right now. Oh, good job! Well, thank you so much for being on being our and more guest today. Please let our audience know how they can contact you. Maybe shout out your handles, your YouTube site, any websites.
Okay, your followers can follow me on Instagram at Azalea Zoe. Zoe's my middle name. And
Okay.
on YouTube at Azalea Hart.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So that is another episode of And More. I am your host, Janelle Estaa on Toronto Talk Sports and More. I want to thank you, Azalea Hart, for being on our show. And you are going to kill the city once we get back to it.
I really appreciate this.
Thank you. And thanks everyone for watching.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Please click the like button and leave us a comment with your feedback. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications to see more engaging and interactive content. Toronto Talk Sports and More. For the love of the six, let's connect.